Kevin Mack. I'm here at Bucks County Krav Maga. I'm going to show this little technique right now that we use here at the school called combat slap. This technique is technically not something that was in the original Krav Maga curriculum. I didn't learn it from my instructor, but I did learn it from a Krav Maga black belt. And it's something that I liked, and it was easy and was similar to something we already did. So I've always taught it to my students over the past few years. Now, the combat slap, the way we use it in the system is Krav Maga has different reactions, strategies, tactics, de-escalation, reactions to a fight, meaning we can do stun and run, which will be kick to the groin and then escape, or perhaps we have no escape and we have to engage and then control. You hear in the system used all the time, we have written on our walls, defend, control, and attack. So I may need to kick into the groin, punch, clinch, attack, take the person down. But the situation may require you to hit and get out of there. As a parent, I now have my kids with me. I can't engage into a scuffle that's going to take me away from them. It could risk me getting damaged, getting hurt, and not being able to defend them. So I may need to attack and get them to safety. We also have techniques that are soft techniques and hard techniques. So say a wrist lock or a police hold. So we can kind of control the individual, but it doesn't involve multiple strikes. The combat slap kind of falls in between those realms. It can be done from a neutral stance with your hands up. It can be done with a neutral stance with your hands down. It can even be done from a fighting stance. For our purposes today, we're going to do it from a neutral stance, and I'm going to show it done with your hands up in this kind of ready position, but also with your hands down. Now the combat slap, when you hear the word slap, people tend to think of a slap that they normally would use, which would be fingers making contact to skin. All right? It's meant to get that kind of slapping feeling, you know, like a wet towel being whipped against you. It's usually not meant to knock out and cause a lot of pain. We use it for different reasons. It's mainly used because you know it's not going to be extremely dangerous. When you slap somebody in that traditional sense of the slap, you hit with the fingers. So the fingers are hitting the skin. Our strike here, the combat slap, is you're making contact with the palm. All right? So from this angle, the fingers aren't making contact first. The palm is making contact, the harder part here. So the combat slap from this position with your hands up would be from this side. It's a little bit lower. I'm in here. What's happening is the hand is making a movement. You're not slapping with your arm outstretched. It's like a hook punch. Your arm is in that angled position, and then you're hitting here. Our fingers are not up. The fingers are facing forward, so you can get there quicker. And when you do that, the hand leads the motion and the body steps. All right? If I'm in a fighting stance, it would be, because I'm right-handed, my right hand is back, I would end up in a reverse stance. This allows me to not only engage, but to get past the opponent. So I hit, and then I move. All right? Point of contact, the temple, ear, the jawline where the jaw meets the ear. Right around there is where you're hitting. You're trying to get that concussive effect. Now that could be strong with just the hand, but the step, the angle of the arm, my arm is straight, I'm not getting as much force. When my arm is bent, I'm getting a stronger structure there. And that is increased, the power is increased by that sudden step. From this angle, timing-wise, the hand leads the movement. But the hand leads the movement a split second before your foot takes that step forward. So your foot will be landing just as the hand lands. So the hand makes contact, my foot lands. But remember, your opponent is going to react to your movement. So you don't want to step first and then bring the hand out, because he will react to the step, or her. So you want the hand to lead the movement, and then the step happens. If my hand is down, my hand is up. All right? Try not to hit with the fingers, hit with the palm. All Another aspect of this position. Now, you might say, hey, I'm not in a fighting stance. I'm caught off guard. My hands are up. My hands are open. I'm offering peace. I'm telling the person to back off. I am making contact like that as well. I am not sending the signal that I want to fight with clenched fists. My hands are open. When I decide to engage, they stay open, and then I hit. Right? Like I said, some people might ask, well, can't you just throw a hook punch? Can't you throw an uppercut? Can't you throw a straight punch and groin? Yes, but there are thousands of scenarios you might be in. All right? This person may not require me to do repeated strikes on that person. That person is in my way. I want to get past them. I don't think it's an extreme situation where I have to control the individual. So from here, I'm deciding to stun and run and get past the person. If my escape is over there, I do not want to hit in that direction and try to escape. I would hit in the direction where opposite to where I need to go. All right, so if I want to escape in this direction, my hands are up, then I engage. One thing I also teach here is wedging out of the way. So I hit, but he's not fully gone. I wedge out of the way and push. All right? So from this position here, I hit. Now that person's still there, so this hand wedges so I can get past. That wedge can be in the shoulder and arm. It can be in the side of the neck. It gives you that little extra wedging, pushing motion to get past them. So from here, I wedge and then get past. All right? So that's the combat slap. The instructor that taught that to me may have learned it from somebody else. They may teach it a certain way. That's the way we teach it here. Just like a hook punch, the hand is coming out. Just like we do a reverse stance. In Krav Maga, we have whipping blows and steps where we take into the opposite lead, like a switch step. That's what you're doing here. But it's dynamic. You're not stepping and hitting. You're not hitting and then stepping. You're dynamically popping and causing pain. All right? And don't take it for granted that this is a soft technique because it has the word slap in it. I've seen videos of people getting hit with similar attacks, going unconscious and falling down. One infamous case, a guy went out, a bouncer hit him, went straight down, hit his head, died. The bouncer went to prison. All right? So, you hit somebody hard enough, realize even though you're calling it a slap, it is still a concussive strike to this person's head and to the brain. All right? It is more of a tactic that we're using, a strategy of getting past the opponent by hitting them in that direction. Where the head goes, the body follows. All right, thanks a lot. That's just a quick little explanation of combat slap here at Bucks County Krav Maga. It's in our curriculum. We have a wide variety of things you can do here: strikes, defense, controlling the person, throwing the person, taking them down, soft techniques, hard techniques, weapons, defenses, disarms. That's all part of the Krav Maga system here that we teach. So if you have any questions, feel free to contact us on Facebook at Bucks County Krav Maga. Thanks. Kia.